Ricky.
I'm Ben.
And we're going to make some legit carbonara.
Italian style. So in this carbonara we're going to have eggs, milk, courgette, onion, mushrooms.
With some gammon for a porky bit. I changed my mind about what I'm going to put in, what kind of ham thing I'm going to put in. So I've used bacon before. When I've had bacon and not had gammon, I didn't want to go to the shop. I've used the proper one, which is just like lardons of prosciutto. Yeah, like lardons of prosciutto. And then we've got some fresh pasta. Me and Ben looked this up. Turns out fresh pasta is not better for you than dry pasta. But I do kind of like it for this. It is nicer, and the difference is minimal. And that's what this is about. That you eat like a normal human, and you make the choices you want based on what you like, but those calories still fit within what you are trying to achieve. And for me and Ben, the extra couple of calories, well, no, it's less calories for this, but it's a little bit higher in other stuff that maybe isn't so good for you, like sodium and things like that.
None of our recipes are low fat or low carb or anything like that. It's just healthy food, whole food. You can control your weight by controlling how much of what we're showing you eat, basically, but it's all healthy food.
That's it, exactly that. So we'll get started, we'll start chopping some stuff up. Okay, so chopping an onion. I'm going to top and tail it, but I'm not going to let the knife go all the way through. I'm going to go like that, and then I'm going to peel that off, and it kind of takes a little bit of that first skin of the onion with it. And then if I go the other side as well, and peel that a bit as well, look, and it's pretty much away, and then I can find the end and it'll come all the way off. If it doesn't work every time, it doesn't get it the same every time, but that's kind of it, and that's it, peeled super quick. If it doesn't work like that, then I would chop it in half, and that kind of frees off half it, and I can do the same and peel it off from half. Once it's in half, I'm going to hold it down with my fingers on top of it. I slide the knife up the onion and then push it down, slide it up and push it down, and I try and just let the blade just skip over the top of the onion before I push down again, and I kind of make sure it does a bit of a sawing motion, and I slide it up, and then I can go at kind of reasonable speed. I'll try and keep it together as much as I can, and then I'll flip it up on its side and do the same again. There we go. And then do the same on the other side, and I'll just kind of go at my normal pace. Like that. That's it. If I want it smaller, then I'll maybe chop those in half or something, but for me, that kind of looks about right. I'm not that bothered about it being super neat or anything. I'm just after speed and efficiency and making it how I like it. So we'll do the same again for some mushrooms. I'll probably use about half this pack of mushrooms, and it's the same. I like kind of skip the blade up onto it, and as soon as I feel it skip up onto it, then I'm pushing down again, and that way I can't like chop the end of my fingers off because I've got a new knife here, so it's quite sharp. I don't want to chop my fingers off, so I keep the blade just on the thing that I'm cutting, and don't bring it up too far so that I can take the end of my fingers off or anything. And what can help is making sure you've got a flat edge pushing down. It keeps whatever you're chopping nice and sturdy. So once I get to there, look, flip it over onto its side. That's it, and I'm not too bothered about it being neat. Even if you want it chunky, you could literally just kind of quarter, and I've just pushed a knife through mushroom. However it happens, it's fine. Alright, so I've got this, I'm just going to put it onto a plate. And this is kind of how I like to prep. I like to have something to put all of my offcuts and rubbish onto, a plate to put the ends of my onion and things like that on, and then I'll have a plate to put all of my prepped, chopped stuff on as well. There we go. So I'm going to chop up my courgettes. Courgettes are one of my favourites for cooking with. I love the way they taste, I love how quick they cook, they're easy to chop up and prep. It's just everything about them. It's really good. So, like I say, I like to have a flat edge on the things that I'm chopping so I can tell that they're nice and sturdy. And for these, I could probably stack them up side by side like that and still chop them up. I'm not that bothered. I'm being super rough with these. I'm just chopping them up. Kind of rough. I'm going to chop this up in different ways just to show you. Sometimes I'll chop them like that, sometimes I'll do little strips like this. Let's go with strips like that. There we go. Easy. Alright, so we've got a bit of oil in the pan here. And this tends to be how I do it, just to make my life a little bit easier, is I'll just pick up gammon, maybe in little strips or maybe the whole thing, or maybe fold it in half like that, and I'll just chop it up straight into the pan with a pair of scissors. So I find like I get the size of the bits that I want. That's it, I find it a little bit quicker than if I'm going to chop it up. Again, I've changed my mind about this stuff, nothing's set in stone, and I've changed my own rules constantly. That's it. I've got a pretty nutritious meal here. Alright, so this gammon is kind of getting there now, and you can see how much fat has come off of that, which is fine. It's alright, it's fine, but we're going to get rid of some of it. I just feel like that's just too much. I'm not happy cooking with that amount of fat in it, so I'm just going to pour a little bit away as it cooks.
Okay, ready for some veg. So one of the vegetables we're using today are courgettes, which are actually really healthy. They're actually a little bit of a superfood. They're full of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants and phytonutrients. The main thing that's worth noting is vitamin C content. For every 100 grams you'll get 30% of your RDA vitamin C from a courgette. Excellent food, good source of potassium as well.
So we're going to use fresh pasta for this one, which I kind of like. After the taste of it, it cooks loads quicker as well, which is kind of helpful for me and my style of cooking. In terms of nutrient value, there's a little bit higher in fat, but that's only because it's made with fresh eggs. So the eggs are made to wet the flour, therefore the fat content's higher, but then for that there's a little bit more protein. But really, the difference in calories is so minimal that either one's good. Either one's good.
A lot of us just keep dry pasta in the cupboard. I have dry pasta in the cupboard. I eat pasta all the time. It's an excellent source of carbohydrates, low GI carbs as well, so it's just what you need. So yeah, like I say, the difference is minimal. More saturated fat in fresh pasta, but it's quicker and tastier. Essentially, it's a low down, but it's time to boil some pasta. It's worth saying with pasta, be careful on your portion sizes. People always do far too much pasta. Read the back of the packet, it's usually around 75 grams of uncooked pasta portion per person, and try and stay within that, or stay within what you defined as your calorie goals, because it's really tightly packed with carbohydrates and it's easy to get far too many carbs, which your body will just store as fat if it doesn't need them. So Ricky's got the pasta, tagliatelle on this one.
So we've got a 500 gram bag, and we're probably going to cook about 3/4 of it and leave a quarter of the packet the next time. So think about portion sizes. Sometimes I'll just cook all of this and then maybe save some for the next day, but we're just going to leave a little bit for a portion for next time. Stick that in the fridge. That'll be alright. So we started the pasta cooking when the gammon and courgettes and mushrooms are all nearly done, and these are nearly done now. They're cooked up nicely. I'm looking for colour, I'm looking for rendered fat. If you wanted to drop the calories on this a little bit, you could trim the fat off the gammon. Ben nearly tried to throw away a little bit of the fat out of the pan. I was like, nah.
You weren't having any of it?
I want that one. I love that. I need it. And I've got space for it, you know? That's alright, it's normal living. I don't have high fat meals all that often. This is one of the ones that I will have. I like that. Yes, that's the colour I'm talking about. See these little bits of courgettes that are starting to go a little bit brown. Little bits of gammon that are all charred and tasty. They're the tastiest bits. That's what we need. Go. Alright, so for our carbonara we need to separate the yolk away from the egg. It's easy. So we'll just on this corner of here. If I open it up into two halves, look. I'm going to do white in here because we're using the egg yolk for the carbonara. I'm going to go like this and then just pass it from shell to shell like that as the yolk comes out. What you can do is use your fingers if you want. I prefer using this. This method is way better for me. I'm just going to grate some parmesan in with that and then whisk it up. Not too big bits of parmesan is fine like that. Not on the open end. I just want to eat all this parmesan right now. I love it. If you're trying to lose a bit of weight, go easy on the cheese. You can have some cheese, just go easy. Don't eat up the whole block. There we go. That looks good. I might stretch this out with a little bit of milk, maybe, or a little bit of cream, possibly. But when I say stretch it out, I mean like barely any, just a little bit. I'm going to mix it up like that. Look, it's so good. Maybe a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of garlic in there. That'll be good. That's ready to go now. Ready to pour over our carbonara. Alright, our pasta looks ready. I'm just going to double check. I'm going to grab a little bit out of here and burn my fingers. Alright, there we go. It's good. I'm just going to check that's ready. Perfect. Alright, I'm going to use a tiny bit of this pasta water, like literally that much, it's barely any. That's it. I'm going to stick this in the sieve. And then I'll pour it back into there. I'm not worried about straining all that water off. Like I say, the pasta water is kind of a big part of this. Okay, so I've strained my pasta out. I've kept it kind of wet because the pasta water, like I say, is kind of important. I'm going to stick my meat and veg into this, and then I'll try and stir it up, try and evenly spread all the ingredients in there together. Alright, so I'm stirring this in. That's it, kind of ready. I don't have it on the heat, but I've got my egg yolk and parmesan and a tiny bit of milk. Pour that in. Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's it. And just mix it up, stir it up. Now is it ready? Okay, so ready for serving. So I'm going to try and using tongs for this bit's way easier when it's with any kind of pasta that's long shaped. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I get some of the good stuff in there as well. That's it. It's good. Oh, and I put a bit of that pasta water in here off shot. It's like literally 20ml, 25ml, it's barely any. Barely any, it just keeps it nice and wet. Makes it taste great as well. That pasta's got a bit of flavour in it, pasta water's got a bit of flavour in it. To serve, I'm just going to put a few, oh, they look amazing. It is so easy to go overboard on the calories on this bit because I just could keep going with this parmesan.